Hi, my name is Chris and welcome to the Forest of Arden. Today we're answering a question which comes up time and time again on the lesson today, and that question is, how do I start my downswing? We're going to answer that question, give you some simple drills and some tips that you can take to your next practice session. So welcome to another Your Friday. This is where you can get involved, have your say and help me with the content. If you've got a question you'd like me to cover, if you've got a topic you would like me to cover, let me know in the comments box down below and hopefully one of these videos will be for you. Today we're answering a question that came in the comments on one of my previous videos from B2B Bogey. I'm hoping that name doesn't relate to his golf, and if it does we can maybe change that name to Birdie. But he was asking about the downswing specifically, and I would suggest this golfer knows a fair bit about his golf swing and about the golf swing, because it was quite a specific question. He said that he was having trouble initiating the downswing with his lower body. He felt that due to that he was pulling down with the arms, and that was causing the golf club to steepen. So, quite an in-depth question. Suggests that this golfer's got a fair bit of knowledge. So we're going to discuss exactly what that question was referring to, why those things happened and caused that club to steepen. And then we're going to explain a few of the things that you might want to look at during practice to help him with the initiation to the downswing. So let's just take a starting position and let's move all the way up to the top. So this golfer was basically saying that he didn't feel he was using his lower body to start the downswing. He then said that he felt as a result his arms were being pulled down, and he said that the club was tending to steepen. You can see those three things happening there. Lower body not really doing a lot, hands moving down, club begins to steepen. Now, club begins to steepen simply because of the movement of the hands and the arms. So the hand path to start down, so the direction the hands are moving on, is really going to influence how that golf club tends to move. From here, with the arms a little bit too deep and the club a little bit too steep, it's going to be very difficult for that golfer to achieve the impact that we would like to see with the weight forward, the body open, the hands forward, etc, etc. Difficult to know what he would do from there. It does depend on the golfer and the ability level. Doesn't mean he can't hit good shots, but certainly consistency would, I would imagine, be an issue. So the hands moving down from the top is not an issue. It's the fact that the hands are moving down as the body is not rotating. Because if I was to move my hands down, you can see how that changes the shaft angle or the shaft pitch. If I was to move my hands down as I turn, then the hands start to move more out in front of me because the rotation of my body is moving my arms out. So I'm not really going to get this golfer to stop his hands moving down. I don't think that's the massive issue. We're actually just going to start to give this golfer some more rotation and get him to feel like from the top his body is opening up a little bit quicker. That opening up process hopefully will be started from the ground up, and I think that's what he alluded to. So if we look at a golf swing from front on, we would tend to see from the top, we would tend to see a little bit of a lateral shift towards the target. The problem is, very often, is that lateral shift can come without the body opening up. And you can see how even though I'm shifting myself laterally towards the target, notice how my lead knee is staying very much more inward pointing at the golf ball. From the down the line view, you can see that as I start to move myself laterally, I don't have any opening up of my body. My lower body, my hips and my chest stay very, very close to the target. That allows the arms to work straight down and the club to steepen. So I want this golfer to really think about his knees to begin with. And I want him to think about his lead knee moving away from his trail knee. And in practice, as a rehearsal, we can get this moving, quite excessive. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to take a starting position and we're going to go up to the top. But I want this golfer to feel like as he's bumping a bit of weight towards the target, he's separating those knees. He feels like he's trying to create as much gap between those knees as he can. If he starts to do this with the lead knee, and he starts to move that lead knee away from the trail knee, that movement is going to initiate the movement of the hips as well. Very difficult to do the knee without the hip. So let me show you that one again. So we're going to feel it from the top. His lead knee gets pulled away from his trail knee. And it's really important that we talk about these two knees, because as that lead knee moves correctly, we don't want this trail knee to follow. Because if this knee follows, we start to get this right side dropping too much, we get the pelvis on the wrong angle, and we can often find that this golfer gets strike issues, and also their center of pressure doesn't tend to move as well as we'd like. So we have to really feel like the lead knee is moving away from the trail knee. That has the effect of allowing his hands to move more outwards, and he's going to start to get a little bit more clearance in here. I would actually get this golfer to do what I call a little pump drill. So a little pump drill would be a couple of rehearsals, doing what we're trying to get the feeling of, and then you just go ahead and clip on. So let me go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to take my setup at my target, which is out there down this fairway. I'm going to go up to the top. A couple of rehearsals. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then just go ahead and hit it. Now, strike wasn't particularly good on that one. Came a little bit off the bottom of the club, but in these initial drills, strike is not really the end goal. The goal here is to try and understand the movements, try and get a feel for what those movements are like. Start to get your head around actually what is happening as we do this. And we're really starting to get the feeling as that lead knee really gets the process starting. That lead knee controls the lead hip is controlling the lead shoulder, and we're starting to rotate the body a little bit more, which is going to help the hands move a little bit more out towards the golf ball. We haven't really talked about the shaft angle, because he did mention that in the question. I wouldn't want to address that initially. I would look at trying to get the golf swing to start correctly in the downswing, and I would look to see what that did to the golf club. I would like to hope that as we open the body up more, we change the direction that the hands move in, and as we change the direction the hands move in, we should see a reaction in the golf club. So he mentioned the fact that his hands were coming straight down and the club shaft was steepening. I would definitely agree that's very likely that would happen, but that wouldn't be my main focus. My main focus would be on the lower body, getting that to start correctly, and hopefully we'd see, as I say, a reaction in the golf club in a positive way. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it clears up a few of the ideas around starting the downswing, what we need to look for, what we need to do, and in turn how that affects the golf club and the movements of the golf club. So as I said right at the start, if you would like to get involved, post your comment, your question, your topic down below. I will choose one to answer for next week's video, and we can hopefully help you with your golf game. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff as always is down below. Comments box, like button, subscribe as well. Means you won't miss any of the content coming each and every week. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you again soon.